Hello everyone. My Facebook Live was an epic fail, so I am resorting to video and then I will post the video afterwards. So let me start from the beginning. Hello and welcome. This is Christine. I'm with Creating with Christine here tonight to present to you all of the wonderful new products, some tips and tricks that I have discovered over my 1 month, just over 1 month with Stampin' Up! And I am truly loving the experience. It's been all consuming and a lot of work, but I can just see it's going to be such fun and joy creating with these products. So I want to share that with you. So tonight is my virtual. For those who can't be here in person tomorrow, if you can be here tomorrow in person, I encourage you, even if you just stop by for a minute, because I want you to actually touch, see, feel, use the products, ask any questions, and earn tickets for a prize, right? And grab some muffins and mimosas while you're here. I can't wait to see you. But for those who cannot make it, we're here tonight, and I hope you get something out of this. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my very best to answer them. So important stuff. How do you earn tickets for prizes? I've got lots of prizes I'm going to show you in just a minute. Just leave a comment on this video post, and you will earn a ticket for that, just so I know that you're here. And if you attend in person tomorrow, you get another ticket. If you bring a friend, you get another ticket. If you join my new club beginning in August, you will get another ticket. If you register for my Stonewall Resort retreat coming up the end of January 2025, you will also get a ticket. If you join my team so that you can enjoy that discount every single day, you'll get a ticket for that. If you place an order using this host code right here, QGATB7BX, use that host code, and for every $25 that you have ordered, you will earn another ticket. Here is my website for shopping. It's creatingwithchristine.stampinup.net. And this is a great month to do some shopping because we have 10% off of our dies and bundles. Our bundles, I'll show you in a minute, are already discounted 10%. You get an additional 10% off with our special this month. And if you are a demonstrator, if you join my team or you're already on my team, you're going to get your 20 to 25% off plus 10% off the bundle plus the extra 10% off for the special. That's a great price and a great time to shop and to get those bundles that you've been looking at and would love to use. So I'll come back to this, but that is the code. You want to use that code for placing an order or just at least make a comment. I'll leave this up here just for fun. Okay, so let's start off with the prizes. Why not? So actually, you know what? I'm going to go through the products, and as we talk about products, if I have a coordinating prize, that's what I'll do. I'll pull it out. All right, so I want to start off with adhesive. This is something that's important to me. So Stampin' Up! Carries the following adhesives, and we'll talk a little bit about them. We've got the Stampin' Seal, which is a tape runner. We have the Stampin' Seal Plus, which is another tape runner, but it's a stronger bond. And then we have the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, which is great for card making. And we also have this Precision Tip it's a fine tip glue pen, but it is a lot like, so I'll show you. So we've got this really fine point tip here that you can use for precision, obviously. The glue is very fluid, so you want to be very gentle, and you probably can't even see what I just did. Very gentle when you're dispensing it, and I'll tell you why, because, and again, you've got this little needle point tip that you're going to feed back into that fine point tip to keep it clean and clear so the glue doesn't dry. So this glue, maybe you can see just that little bit right there, is it's a strong bond, so for gluing together little boxes and things, but it's also, it will dry clear and shiny so that it can act like an embellishment. So you could do little raindrops if you wanted, similar to our liquid glass that we had at Close to My Heart. This is the Stampin' Up! Precision glue, and I love the tip, and it really wasn't that difficult to put the cap back on with the needle point inside. So I'm just going to fold that over so I don't get it elsewhere. The Tombow Mono Glue, let me grab one that's already open to show you. It has two tips. So there's a fine point tip, and this is the only tip that I use. And then it has a broad tip that you can use as well for larger areas. But the fine point tip, let's just go ahead and add another bead here. So you can see how you can also control the flow so that you get a really thin line or that you get more if you need more. So that is the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. Fold this over again. Okay, and then we also have the two tape runners. So I've just opened these. I like that they come in this sealed bag because adhesive does expire, and when exposed to elements can go bad. But this tape runner is, and I'm sorry, I didn't check to see what the footage is on this. It tells me the dimensions, but I don't see how much is on the package. I'd have to look online, but it does dispense with a tape line. Okay, so you do get a tape line. So rather than what I've been used to is dots, but you can see this is a solid line of tape. But what I wanted to see is, is it repositionable in case I don't quite get it where I want it down? So here I've placed it down, and I can lift it back up without obliterating my paper and lay it back down again. It may not be as forgiving as the Close to My Heart one, so I'm comparing to what I'm used to. You may be used to something else, but I can lift it up without tearing the paper and place it down again. So that's a plus. I like that. Let me tear off this other end. Let's take a look at the Stampin' Seal Plus. So this would be appropriate for, boxes and containers and things that you need to hold a little bit tighter together. Now this, I'm not sure how well you can see this on camera. It also has a tape runner, a tape line rather than dots, but they're like strips, tiny little strips of adhesive, as opposed to a solid tape line. Now I'm going to fold this one over to adhere it together and press down. And it did let me open it, but it tore. Let's try that again. Yeah, so you can see that that's going to tear. So this is much stronger. When you put it down, it stays down. As opposed to this other one, you have a little bit of wiggle room where you could lift it, move it, and then press it down again. I imagine over time, like most adhesives, over time this one would dry. So this one you want to get right the first time. This one you have a little bit of opportunity to move it around. So that's the Stampin' Seal Plus and the regular Stampin' Seal tape runners, the Tombow Mono Glue and the Precision glue pen. Well, before we get to the tools, how about adhesive? So we also have mini glue dots. So very similar to the glue dots that we have been used to. You'll just peel them back. These actually look more like the small size we used to carry rather than the mini size we used to have. 3/16 of an inch is the size of this one, and I'm not sure you can see that on camera. So that's the mini glue dots, which are very helpful, especially with little pieces and embellishments. We also have Stampin' Dimensionals, and these are what we're, pop dots or 3D foam tape or whatever you want, something to provide dimension to your artwork. So these are like honeycomb scored already, so you can just lift them out and place them down. And then you also have a frame around the edge that you could cut and use. You certainly don't want to throw that away because that's good stuff. We also have those Stampin' Dimensional, same size, available in black. So if you're using dark colors in your artwork, this may be more appropriate than the regular dimensionals. And we even have these mini dimensionals. And these are much smaller, perfect for little tiny pieces. Let's see if I can pop one up for you, just so you get an idea. That's the size we're looking at. Okay, and so they come with 3 sheets in each package. So that's quite a few to get you by. So those are the Stampin' Dimensionals and the glue dots. In addition to that, we also have foam adhesive sheets. So these are solid adhesive with foam, so it's almost like a 3D. So if you wanted to have this solid surface to elevate your artwork for something, or you can cut this, or you could use it in the die cut machine around a shape. So that would be perfect for that. We also have foam adhesive strips, and these are tiny little strips, and they look to me to be like around 1/8 of an inch or so. So you can see how small they are. And you can trim them down to whatever length that you want and use them. And there are also adhesive sheets that you can use for backing your, for making stickers out of die cuts and things. That's one good use for them. So those are the foam embellishments and the mini glue dots. Very cool. Let's move on to tools. So this is a, oh goodness, I think it's called the U-Pick tool. And let's see if it says on here. It doesn't. It says Stampin' Up. But this is very cool, very cool. So this one end, so this is how it comes. It comes with one end that has like a putty for a pickup tool, and then another end, and then it also comes with a stylus for embossing. So the 2 different ends are separate. You can see this one is a screw-on attachment, and it's got the putty. So the lid comes off. It's got this putty on the end. It's out too far. You need to turn it back to get it down, but you just want the tip exposed so that you can use it to pick up. It's just a tacky surface to pick up loose gems and so forth. You want to keep that lid on tight so it doesn't dry off, and then it just goes in and screws on this end. The other end, you'll notice, has a lock and unlock icon right here. So right now it's in the locked position, and I'm going to pull off the tip, and this is just a mini spatula, which would be perfect for lifting up your adhesive gems that are your adhesive backed gems or other little pieces of paper. But if you unlock it, just turn it to the right, you've got a piercing tool on the other end. So you can just put that in and then turn it to lock. And now you've got a piercing tool that you could use. So that's pretty cool. And then you can turn it back to the spatula whenever you want. So same with, let me unlock it, take this off. I could also put either one of these in, lock it in place, and now I can use it, unlock it, flip it around, and now I can use it. So that's really cool. But wait, there's more. I really like this tool. In addition to this as it comes, there are also other pieces to go with it. So this is the die brush, I think it's called. I'm sorry, I should have the literature here in front of me, but this is great. I'm going to show you how to use it. So this has a screw end, so it's going to go at this end of the U-pick tool like this. And I'm even thinking of getting another one of these just so I can have this over by my die cutting machine. So before and there's one more. Let me just say there's one more that comes with 3 tools. One is a rotary knife, rotary blade, and it does like a perforated line. So if you wanted to make, something you could detach from a card or just have a decorative perforated line, that's one. And then there's a weeding tool and another piercing tool, but smaller than the one included on this end, and one more. Anyway, I've ordered that. That's coming, and I'll share that when I have it available. But let me show you how this works. So this is great. So something like this, I cut out because I'm making a card, and so it cut out my center part and the decorative, area around here, but I've got all of these little pieces stuck inside. Now, normally I'd go over to my trash can, I'd take my piercing tool, and I would just push through all these little holes to get rid of those. But we don't have to do that now. I'm going to use this little brush. So the brush comes with these 2 pads. We don't need them both. Maybe I'll do one on each. Okay, and I can just run this across, and these bristles go right into those little holes. And this matte pad really works to grab those little pieces. So you can see how it's pushing through those little pieces. So I don't have to use my piercing tool. Same with this side over here. I can just run through around the circle and all of those little pieces come out. I'm making a mess here, aren't I? I'm trying not to take too much time, but you can see the point, how it just removed almost all of that. There's a couple little pieces here that I can just keep working on, or I can take my piercing tool and pop just those remaining ones out. I think there's one more here, and it's gone. This is completely clean now, and I can dump this in the trash. This one over here, it's got a lot of detail, you can see, but it's coming out. Here's a big piece that's trash. We can just move that aside. So once I get it, so now it looks like all the little pieces are gone. I just should have brought my piercing tool over here so that I could get it out. Here we go. There we go. So look at that. Perfect. Perfect. And all the little scrap pieces are there. So that is the U-pick tool. I'm in love with this little creature here. And I found on Amazon a clear zip baggie. I think it's intended for makeup or travel bags, but I'm going to get a bag for all of the pieces that go together. It doesn't come packaged together, and I don't want all the loose pieces, so I am going to get one of those Amazon bags. And if you order a pickup tool, it's not pickup tool, a U-pick tool, I can pass on a bag to you so you can keep all of your pieces in the bag. If you've already ordered a U-pick tool, if you order one of the accessories that go with it, I will send you a bag as well. So that is that wonderful tool. Let's talk about some essentials. So we've got these little paper snips, and they're super sharp, so they're really good to get into the fine crevices. I love that it's got a little safety cap on it, and they're really good scissors. Also for scoring lines or for getting a nice solid fold in your paper, you will also want to have a bone folder. Stampin' Up! Sells one if you don't have one, and this is a good one to have. Now let's talk about paper cutting. So we've got the Stampin' Up! Cutter. We'll turn it this way just so you can see it. It comes with this nice little notch up at the top here. So if you wanted to hang it in your craft room or your craft space, it could fit on a hook or a hanger or a nail. And it comes with two, you can see these two blades on here. One is a cutting blade, one is a scoring blade. And they really go out of each other's way. So you don't have to take it off. The one I was using before, you either have the cutting blade or the scoring blade in there, but not both at the same time. But if I'm using just the cutter, I can cut all the way down my 12 by 12 paper without moving that score line. Or if I'm just scoring, I could leave the cutting blade up at the top and it won't interfere. Another thing you will notice is it has this arm here that locks in place at the bottom, and you lift it up so that it extends out to 17¼ inches long. That's imperial measurement, and then there's metric just above that. For smaller cutting projects, of course, I love the fact that you have this 1.5 inches on this side. So if you're getting just anything under 1.5 inches, I might measure over here to cut because I can hold the paper better over here. Also, we've got measurements in between. So if you have just a little piece, you can follow these lines, but you can also use this grid halfway down. So you can see there's measurements at the top, there's measurements in the center, and then again at the bottom. So it kind of locks into place when you push it down. There's a little notch up here where you just lift. It took me a while to get used to that because I'm used to just lifting here. Let me turn it this way. I'm used to just lifting here, and sometimes it would lift and sometimes it wouldn't. And it is becoming more loose as I use it. I've used it a lot this past month. But lifting it at the end here where this little finger holder is how it was intended, and it's super easy to do. When you're done and you're ready to close up and travel, you can close your arm again, and it just slides right in there, and you're all set to go. They do sell refill blades, so that's awesome. If by chance you purchased the Close to My Heart paper trimmer, these refills will fit that trimmer. We've got a Simply chamois right here, and we also have Stampin' Up's Stampin' Mist and their Stampin' Scrub. So let's talk about these a little bit. This is just simply a chamois, like it says. It's nice and thick, and you can soak it in water, rinse it in water, and squeeze it out just like you would a chamois. And it's just damp enough so that if I'm working with one of my photopolymer stamps, which are the clear stamps, and I'm using the water-based, dye-based ink, then I can just rinse off on this simply chamois and replace it back, and I'm done. If I'm changing colors with one of the, with any of the stamps, then I can use the chamois. But if I'm using one of the cling stamps, which are the red rubber stamps, then I'm going to want to, I can use this to change colors and clean it up, but when I'm done, I'm going to want to use the Stampin' Mist. The Stampin' Mist was designed to condition the red rubber so that it will last. So you definitely want to invest in this if you have any of the red rubber cling stamps. So the Stampin' Mist you will use with the Stampin' Scrubber. You open it up and it has two sides. It also comes with a little instruction sheet. On the two sides, one up in the corner here, there's three little raindrops. You probably can't see that on the screen. On this side, there's a sun. So this is the wet side and this is the dry side. So because they're in 11 countries and 4 different language markets, the icons work best across all markets for the same product. So the Stampin' Mist, you're just going to spray onto the wet side. Just do a couple spritzes right onto the pad. Clean your stamp, dry your stamp, and put it away. And you're done. So that is the Stampin' Mist. Ooh, that smells good. Nice fresh scent. It's like fresh laundry. That is the Stampin' Mist. Now, while we're on the topic of stamps, and by the way, this is a really nice size to clean the largest stamp that they have. While we're talking about stamps and the 2 different kinds, the stamps come in these like DVD cases. And this one happens to be a red rubber stamp. If there is a coordinating die, which a lot of them have. So this one is the Citrus Blooms cling stamp. Here is the Citrus Blooms dies. So the dies come separately in a envelope. So first they're in this plastic case here, this plastic envelope, sealed. Yeah, sealed pretty tight. There we go. And then you can open this plastic envelope, which is pretty nice. I like the envelope. But honestly, I like the convenience of keeping them together. So the dies, when they come, they are on a piece of cardboard. And underneath the cardboard is double stick tape. So what I have done is I got these on Amazon. They're 5x7 magnet adhesive backed magnets that you could put on your refrigerator with, you know, a photo of the family. You see that pretty much advertised in Amazon. I'm putting them inside my stamp case, and then I can take the dies and transfer them from this cardboard sheet to this case, and that way they stay together. And when I go to use the stamp, I've got the coordinating dies right with them. Maybe you don't have as much trouble as I do, but I find this cardboard double stick tape very cumbersome. and frustrating. So once I get it and move it over to this magnet sheet, I'm much happier when I go to use it. Now you saw that there is some of the dies are 6x6 sheets. This one has 2 in them. So I could do a separate one without adhering it for this other one in here, or I could just lay it on top. Not sure what I will decide in the end, but I'm not going to take your time to walk through how to do the rest of this. Obviously, you lift them carefully and then you lay them down on the magnet. Now, I save these because this is really nice and can be used for something else, and I'll show you what I'm using them for. The rubber stamps, let's see, I don't have, so the photopolymer stamps come loose in here, attached to plastic and then to acetate, and you just remove them from the acetate and apply them to the case on their coordinating image. I keep an acetate sheet on top of it because with my dies on the other side, I may have loose pieces. Sometimes I cut extra pieces and I don't want to throw them away. I'll just keep them here and come back to them later. The rubber stamps are really, they're different. You do have to kind of assemble them. So you've got the rubber here and you just carefully remove them from the little nubs where they're attached. Okay, and then you have the image on the sticker sheet here. So all of the images have the top coat that is split in two. So I'm going to take off half here and then take off the other half. And you want to be careful to just get that top and not the bottom image. Just like that. Okay, I'm just going to move this over so I stay in camera. So you find the stamp that goes with it. That's this one. I'm going to take the sticky back off of this and then just line it up. And press down. Then you can peel it off. Now you can see on this one, I got rid of the rubber outline when I was done, because I thought, well, that's just trash and I don't need it. I don't need it in the case anymore. But someone brought up a good point that having the rubber mat in there, you know, you can still remove your stamps. So far I've got 2 mounted. You can still remove your stamps, but you can see if one is missing. I mean, that may or may not be helpful. I kind of like the cleaner look over here, but I thought I would give this a try. Now, it's unfortunate that you do have to put your stamps together. However, I'm sure it would be more expensive if they were put together for you. So I'm grateful for a cost savings in any case. So those are the 2 different types of stamps that we carry and how to store them, along with the coordinating dies. Alrighty. Let's see. Before we go any further, one of the prizes tonight is a Simply Chamois. This is a reusable stamp cleaning cloth. So you will be able to use this over and over again for all of your stamping needs. So that's prize number 1. Speaking of tools, I didn't bring mine over here, but I am also giving away a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the mini version of the regular size, and it's perfect to have on your desk or at a crop or somewhere where you have little space. It comes with all of the plates that you need. It's just a smaller and more narrow surface. I think it's about 3.5 inches wide, something like that. So it's the perfect little size for on the go, or for, that's loud, I'm sorry, or for little pieces. So that's another prize tonight. Okay, up next we have, so I was expecting an order today that did not arrive. So this is not complete, but we have organizers for your ink pads. So they come in a 5-pack. So here's 5, and our color families are 10 each. So 2 5-packs would you'd be able to have a full color pack in them. What I love about these, number one, I love that they're white, just fresh, clean white, and the Stampin' Right markers of the same color go right beside them, so you can easily grab whichever you need, your ink or your markers, and put them right back. Not sure how well you can see that sitting up like that. Yep, it's going to fall off. So so it's open on the top because I may want to put another set on top, which I do. But they also have a topper, a finishing topper. So I was hoping to show you the whole thing put together, but not tonight. It'll probably arrive tomorrow. The stamp pads. So when you get the stamp pads, let me show you. They'll be wrapped in plastic like this. Now, as I said before, we are in 11 countries and 4 different language markets. So the colors are listed on the front here in English and French and Dutch, maybe German. I can't remember the 4. So on the front, but on the sides, it's blank. That is because on the back, they have those colors in each of the languages. So you need to simply lift those off and apply them depending on which market that you are in, which language you prefer. So you're going to put one right here. And then I don't think I did this other one. And then, let's see. So here's the real red. I put the real red on the front, and then on the inside, there's another one that you can put. So while it's open, you can still see the color inside here. Now, I will say, oftentimes, the color listed, the 4th color listed is the same as English. So you can see here, real red, and then I don't know if that's Dutch or whatever, is real red. In this case, on the Poppy Parade, that's not real red. Or it's not Poppy Parade, I'm sorry. It's not English. So in that case, there is a 5th sticker, you can maybe see better here, that's just a solid color. So if that's the case, for the inside, you can do this solid color one. But if the English is the same on this 4th one, you can use it inside. I hope that makes sense. You're going to want to put a sticker on the outside, and if you want, on the inside. Choose either the 4th one, if it's English, or this solid color one, so that you'll be able to tell which color you're working with when they're opened. So those are the ink pads. They are, I didn't say, they are a foam pad. So I'm used to using a cloth pad. The foam pads, all right, come on. Try this other one. They do get easier once you start working with them. We'll lift up and then slide in place. The foam pad is very squishy. It does hold the ink a long time. I've heard from a lot of people, even former makers, that have ink pads that are a decade old or more, and they still stamp nicely. So the foam pad is a great surface to work with, but it is more squishy than we're used to. So you just want to lightly tap. You don't want to press too hard. If you do, you'll have a mess, and you'll see it. Just use your chamois to clean it up. The nice thing is they're water-based, so they will rinse right out. All right, let's talk about these markers real quick. So the Stampin' Right markers are available by color family. They're water-based dye ink, exactly like what's included on the stamp pad. And they have two tips. One is a brush tip. So you can see that there, hopefully. That's the brush tip. And then the other is a fine point. So this would be perfect for writing or drawing. And in addition to that, we also have Stampin' Blend markers. The difference between these and these are the water-based dye ink. These are alcohol ink, which are perfect for blending. Now you'll notice that these come in a combo pack. So this one is Poppy Parade. So there's going to be a dark and a light of Poppy Parade. So you're going to always have, the combo pack always has two of them, a darker shade and a lighter shade of Poppy Parade. There is also an organizer for the Stampin' Blends, which I have ordered, and it should have arrived today, so that you can organize your Stampin' Blends by color. And this is a card that Lisa Stentz sent to me, and you can see how she used those Stampin' Blends on the flowers there. They just blend beautifully together, and it's nice that you have the dark and the light to work with in addition to the other colors for blending purposes. Beautiful. So that is the inks and markers. And I've got a prize. I have got a Melon Mambo Stampin' Blends combo pack for one lucky winner. So that's another one of the prizes. Okay, let's talk about kits. So Stampin' Up! Is known for their kits. Their kits are all inclusive, and they come with card kits, activity kits, home decor kits. Some are like party favors or little gift boxes, all different kinds to choose from. I forget what somebody said. 2 new kits are introduced every month. So 2 new ones every month, in addition to what is still in stock. Somebody said something, I don't know, 50, 80, there's a bunch of kits available. So if you go to my website, creatingwithchristine.stampinup.net, and click on the category kits, you'll see all of the kits that are currently available. So if you come to my house tomorrow, let's see, it's not in here because we're using it. We are going to be, you will have the opportunity to make one of these cards if you want. So this is the Light the Candles card kit, and it makes 4 each of 2 different cards with coordinating envelopes. So let's take a look at those cards real quick here. They went together super easy. It's got a piece underneath. I'm not sure if you can see, that's got this sparkle glitter underneath so that the cake really shines bright. And then the same with these candles, have a sparkle glitter, a shimmery glitter underneath them as well. Not sure if the camera's picking that up. But those are adorable cards that went together so easy. Just stamp your sentiment here. We added some confetti there, and then it's just a matter of assembling it. Super easy. And these are all pre-cut. So pre-printed card bases. You don't have to cut them. These are die cut out for you. You just have to layer them up. Pre-printed envelopes. Same with this one as well. So I love that there's no cutting. It's just putting it together and making it fun. Here is a sample of a home decor kit that came with 4 frames. I won't be able to get this all in the shot, I don't think, together. Let's see, move this out of the way. Maybe. I don't know. So, not really, but you can see here. So these are 4 frames. They come with whatever this is called, easel style, so that you can set it up on a surface, or the hanger if you wanted to hang it up. And they're really nice white frames, and all of these pieces are pre-cut for you. You just punch them out, they're die cuts, and then you assemble it with the foam tape that's included in the kit. Everything you need is in the kit, except for, you know, scissors if you happen to need them. All the adhesive, any stamps or ink that you might need, or block. This kit didn't have any stamping, so it was just the die cuts, the adhesive, the foam tape. And look how gorgeous that is. And when you're finished using these, you could give one as a gift, or you could set them up as a cluster in your home or on a wall. Or you could give them away as gifts, and then you could reuse the frames afterwards. I think they are adorable. And I love that it's not just card kits. There's all kinds of kits. Here's a couple more kit options. So this one is called Boho Beach Kit. I love the soft colors in that. And it's, you might think, who am I going to send a beach card to? Well, look what it says. Sit back and relax. Maybe you just need, you know, maybe someone needs that message. Take a deep breath, sit back and relax. Maybe send them a Starbucks gift card or something, Bath and Body gift card. And here is one that just simply says, enjoy your day. So it, just because it has beach scenes in the background, that is, to me, is just a soothing image. And then the message is, sit back and relax, enjoy your day. So I love that. This one has no stamping at all. It's just die cuts, and I cannot wait to put this together. Look how bright and fun that is. Look at those colors, just vibrant. And the embellishments, I don't know if you can see, are like holographic, iridescent. Anyway, that's going to be fun to put together. This one's called Saying Thanks. And this was kind of fun. This one is called Hooray for Honeycomb. So when you open them up in the center, they've got these honeycomb pieces, which is kind of cool. This one has a strawberry on the front. So that looks like a lot of fun to put together too. Let's talk about Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin is a card subscription program that Stampin' Up! Has. And you can sign up 1 month at a time, or you can sign up for a duration. I signed up for the 12 months because it does offer a little bit of a discount, and you can pause it at any time. So I signed up for 12 months, meaning I will get 12 boxes. I could pause it for 3 months. You know, I'm going out of town, there's a family emergency, and I don't want them piling up at the house. I could just pause the subscription, and then when I get back, I can reactivate it again. Or I can let it run through the 12 months. I love that you can pause it, or you can let it run and reactivate it again. Each month, this kit is like a surprise. So you will get a preview, a sneak peek, so that you get a general theme of what it's about, but you don't actually see the finished project. So in that sneak peek, if you're like, oh, I don't think that one is for me, pause your subscription and let it go by. And then the next month, when you see the next sneak peek, if you like that one, go ahead and reactivate it. So that option is available to you. Now, if you show up tomorrow, you will have the opportunity to make one of these. So if you like the kits that I just showed you, that are all inclusive, the Paper Pumpkin is a slightly elevated card experience, and they're all different. So just like the kits, the Paper Pumpkin kits are also varied and different. So this one, Fun in the Sun, has some fun folding techniques. Let's take a look at that. So again, there's going to be those coordinating cards and envelopes. So this one, so it's a fun fold. Let's see if you can see from this side. It's a fun fold, and so that it sets up, not a good camera view there, but it sets up like that so that you can have it up on the counter. And that just says Hello Sunshine. On the stamp set, there's another stamp that could fit on there or on the inside or back of your card, wherever you're going to write, that says, sorry, I was crabby. I mean, I think I need to do a bunch of those and hand those out because I have super crabby days. So that's card one. Here's card two. So there's 3 different card designs, and they all have that same kind of fun fold. So this one has the umbrella and the pail. It has a little beach sign that says, relax, you deserve it. And then it's got the chair inside with the flip-flops. This is just adorable. And then the third card, these are not I don't think there's a good way to display these for you on camera here. So the third card again is that same fun fold, and it just says, sending an ocean of love. Perfect. I love that. So there's all the layers put together, and that would just sit up on the counter as well. So you have the opportunity to make one of these cards tomorrow if you would like. Fun in the Sun. So, and here's another Paper Pumpkin kit. So as I said, they're all different. That one was kind of fun and casual. This one is a little more elegant. I really like this one. This is called All the Best. This one is from December of 23. Now, if you are a current subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you have the option of ordering past kits, any past kits that are still available. And this one is still available. You also have the option of what's called refills. So let's say I get this kit. It comes with a stamp set and a block and an ink spot, and then all the things I need to make it. When I'm done, if I really like it and I want more cards, but I don't need another stamp set and ink spot and block, I can get a refill kit that would have all of the consumable products, and I would just use my same stamp set to go with it. I love that. So the refills are available to current Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So let's take a look at these cards. So this one is just Hello Friend. Now it came with a, I think it was like a gray colored Stampin' Spot ink pad. I decided to use, because there's gold foiling in the card itself, I did gold embossing powder on the sentiment instead of the gray ink. But the gray ink is very soft and looks beautiful with these soft blue colors. So Hello Friend, here's wishing you all the best. So you can see that gold foiling again. And I love these little embellishments to go with those beautiful colors. This is 1,000 good luck wishes. So you got some gold foiling in the background of the card as well as around the sentiment. And then I've got the gold embossing powder too. So those are the 9 cards. And here are the coordinating envelopes. Aren't they gorgeous? I love these so much. So they're all the same. And then they go inside a plastic container, so you can have all of your cards inside. Or you could do one card and put some candies inside of this, or include, you know, something else. Use this as a gift box, a coordinating gift box for you. But I love that this whole kit is not only the cards, but a little gift box to go with it. So that was the December kit. So each month there's a new paper pumpkin, plus any previously available kits, plus the refill kits, as long as supplies last. So that's a great program and a great perk. Oh, guess what? I have a kit as one of the prizes. So I have a birthday sparkle kit. This kit has cards with gold sparkles. It's really kind of elegant. It has gold foiling and gold sparkle, gold glitter, and there's tags as well as cards. This is called the Birthday Sparkle Kit, and that is one of the prizes that we will draw tomorrow. Okay, next is our Mix and Match. So the Mix and Match collections has two different sets of coordinating cards and envelopes. So here's one that's more bright and springy. And then, so this one's called Sunny Springs Cards and Envelopes. There's 4 different ephemera packs. This one just happens to be the Say Something that has all different kinds of icons. There's 2 each. There's 2 sheets of each one. There's a total of 8 sheets altogether. And I've previously shown, here's the other cards. This one is called Calming Creek. So here you can just see a sample of these put together. So when you mix the cards with the ephemera, the dies that are in these packs, in the different packs, there's one that has icons, something for everything. There's one that has words. There's one that has frames, or labels, they call them. And there's one that has flowers. So you can see that the card is pre-printed on the front and the back. So in this case, I went and cut the card down and put it on a standard white card base so that I could get 2 cards, since the ephemera packs had 2 of each of the images. So this was card number 1, and I've posted this before. I won't spend a lot of time because you've probably seen them already. That's card 2. Card 3, I really like the coordinating envelopes. So because there's only one envelope, I do have to include a white envelope, which I think I'm going to run through my embossing machine. So those are the cards that I made with the Mix and Match card bases and ephemera packs. So we'll move those out of the way. I have a prize. The Calming Creek Mix and Match cards and envelopes will go to one lucky winner. So we've seen a lot of cards, but what if you're not a card maker? Well, we have, you can make anything you want. You can make journals or layouts or mini albums or 12 by 12 albums. I've taken, see if I can raise this up. I've taken the ephemera packs. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to quite get this in here. I've taken those ephemera packs and used them. For the most part, I used the flower one. And in addition to that, I've used the cards. So we have a line of products that's called Memories and More. And they're 2-sided cards, and they come in 4x6 and 3x4. So you can see that these would easily, I intend to mat this and put it on this as my base and trim this down to fit on a card front and maybe embellish it a little bit. But it's a quick and easy, simple, beautiful card. Here I've used those cards on my layout. So I've got a card over here and here and here, and then I've used the ephemera packs for the phrases and the flowers, and a little bit of die cuts here. So let's just quickly look at those layouts. Here's layout number 2. So I've used one of those cards here and one of those cards over here. And here's layout number 3. So I've got a card in the background here and in the background over here. And then those ephemera packs, just flowers sprinkled around. So the cards can be used to make cards, like I haven't shown you, but like I've said, or on layouts or other artwork. So there's one card set called Unbounded Beauty, and that happens to be the paper that I'm showing here. The other card pack is called, no, it's not called that. Journey, Thoughtful Journey, I think it is. So you can see it has beautiful cards, again, 2 sizes to choose from, double-sided. And here's an example of, so here is an album that Stampin' Up! Sells. So it has a fabric binding, very nice and well made. It's got a label on the side here. And then it's just craft, solid craft that you could ink or paint or adhere paper to. There is a coordinating paper pack with these cards. So I intended to use that to help cover the book. But you can see here how you can do some simple pocket scrapbooking to use those cards in here along with your pictures and memorabilia. So I haven't completed this album yet. I intend to have as an example, but until then I'll just show you how far I've gotten. What about some embossing folders? So Stampin' Up! Has these great 3D embossing folders. Their embossing folders are super thick, and I am just crushing on these embossing folders. So this one is called Exposed Brick, and here is like a real life example. Maybe you can see it's white. I just started designing a card kit, so I know I wanted to use that. So here it is in the background here. So that's the exposed brick. Then we have, so that one was a 6x6 folder, and this one is like 6x8, I think. It's huge. And it is the circle one. So here's an example of it. And you can see that 3D pop is really there. We have one that's indented, and then the smaller circle is raised, and the larger circle is raised even higher. So you get that 3 different levels, true 3D. This one is called Dashing Designs. So it's got an interesting pattern, just kind of like a neutral. To me, it looks more quilted than anything in the background there. This one is actually called Cute Crochet 3D. It's more low profile to me, but it's got a lot of intricate detail on that one. Again, you really have to see it in real life, in person. This one is called Eyelet, and it's got a little more pop to it, so you can see that eyelet pattern there. This one is called Metal Plate, and I need to cut a piece of silver foil because I think, you know, it looks like the work truck kind of metal to me. So so those are the embossing folders that I have. There's several more on the truck that was supposed to be delivering my shipment today. So hopefully I'll get it late tonight or tomorrow to show my in-person people. But I really, really love these embossing folders. Let's see here. So the embossing folders come, this is what I was going to show you. The embossing folders come in this plastic sheet, and then they have the paper branding around them, and then you have the folder inside. And I'm not sure exactly yet how I'm going to store my embossing folders long term, but remember those plastic envelopes from the dies? That's what I'm keeping my embossing folders in, at least the ones that will fit in there. This one is pretty big and doesn't fit in anything that I have so far. This one, I had a 6x6 die, so I could use that for this particular embossing folder. Okay, moving on. We also have something so cool. They're called hybrid embossing folders. So you have the embossing folder. This particular one has a bunch of words. And then you have the metal die. This particular one has all of the words together, in addition to some flowers and rainbows and hearts. So this will cut out the words. If I want to use just the die, I can. If I want to use just the embossing folder, I can. I'd have a 6x6 sheet of a whole bunch of words embossed, or I'd have a whole bunch of individual pieces cut, but I don't have a stamp set to go with it. This particular one is designed to be used together. So you would nestle this in. So you've got the logo side up. You've got your die with the cut side on this side. And you'll feel where it just kind of locks into place. There you go. And it doesn't like snap or attach, but you'll feel it kind of nestle in. Then you'll add your paper and then run it through your embossing machine. Now, if you just do that with your paper in whatever color, you're going to end up with this. So you're going to have these letters that are raised, but kind of hard to read when it's, the same color, tone on tone. So the cool thing is, this was designed, you can take your ink pad and swipe it across, or use a brayer to ink this whole side completely. Then carefully nestle this into place. Try not to smear the ink too much. And then add your paper, run it through the machine. And what you will get is these pieces with the outline. So the ink will cling to just the outline of the word, and then it kind of stands out. So we've got the celebrate with or without the inking, the just because, get well, and thank you. I didn't get the right words. But anyway, so that's a cool thing. Another thing you can do with the raised like this is you can take a marker or a brayer and carefully go over the top. You can take like a foiling pen or a metallic pen and go over the top. So there's different ways, but this is easy. You just ink up the whole thing and run it through, and all of your words will have an ink border around it. So the words are really different. There's two other hybrid embossing folders. One is hearts. The other is seashells, and I think they will be much more practical and fun to work with. And you can do more with those. So when those pieces come out, you can ink the tops of them and do some fun things with them. So those are the hybrid embossing folders. Let's talk a little bit about embellishments. So in the book, you will see a picture of embellishments, and they are a close-up image of the embellishment so that you can see any of the detail that may be included in them. It's a little, not deceptive, but it's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? It may not be the size. So as you're looking at that picture of that embellishment, and you're thinking, oh, those will be perfect for my project, and then you get them and they're not the same size, not the size you thought they would be. I thought I would just kind of show these so you can get an idea. So for example, in the book, these looked really large, but they were enlarged to show the detail on it. It has some etching on there. So online, you can get a description of the products. The book doesn't have a whole lot of description. The book is intended to move you on to the online store where you can get all of the details. So you'll get that information there. But I wanted to have samples to show you in real life. Love these. Adhesive back pearls, but they're like iridescent. Thank you. My mind is mush. Okay, moving right along. In addition to that, we have a large supply of twine and ribbon to choose from, and so you can see those in the book. You can also go online to see those as well. The layout that I showed you earlier, the layouts, featured our new in colors for the year 2024 through 2026. There's 5 new colors, and they are featured here on this glimmer paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. And that coordinates with the Unbounded Beauty paper pack. So Stampin' Up! Does have, so we've seen a lot of cards like with the kits and the paper pumpkin. And we saw the mini album that they have, but Stampin' Up! Is working very hard on getting a 12 by 12 scrapbooking program up and running by September of this year. But right now they have plenty of 12 by 12 papers to choose from. So as you saw, I took these papers and made my own 12 by 12 layouts. I didn't have a kit, but they're easy enough to use. Patterns that you've used in the past or patterns that you Google online, and come up with your own. So this Unbounded Beauty also has coordinating stamps and dies. So I have both of those here. I did create the layouts. I'm also going to create a set of cards to go with those as well out of the same products. Each month I try to create a layout and a set of cards, or a set of layouts and a set of cards for my club members. So that's going to be the next club project for my club members. And we'll talk more about that later. All right, my new club starts in August. And by August, we should be getting into these papers. I want to use these papers to create a beach layout. So these wood grain papers, they're included in the Country Woods collection, are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Lots of different wood grains and colors to choose from. And don't you think this looks kind of beachy? The weathered wood and the colors. So here is one of the stamps and dies that I'm going to be using, and I have another one on the way. In addition to the Country Woods, there's also a collection called Country Lace, which has similar colors, but it's more of a fabric pattern, I would say, than wood grain. So you've got like a denim and a tweed and linen, twill, just all kinds of pattern, and then some almost like bandana patterns that look like to me. And this one even, I think, reminds me a little bit of seashells. So so these may find their way into that beach workshop kit that I'm going to be working on. But if not, I think I can make lots of projects with these 2 paper packs. They are absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't you agree? This paper collection is called Full of Life. And there's actually 48 pieces. They are 6 by 6 papers. So as you are reviewing papers, whether in the book or online, be sure to read the description, because some are 6 by 6, Some are 12 by 12, some are 8.5 by 11. But this paper is so fun. There's 2 sheets of each. Well, there's actually 4 sheets of each, and they're double-sided. So that's a lot of paper to work with, and I cannot wait to create with them. Here we have Mediterranean blooms, and this is really a gorgeous collection. One side has the fruit, lemons and oranges. The other side has a beautiful Mediterranean blue. So you can choose from either side, the floral, fruity side or the blue side. So you've got both of these patterns and these patterns. I can see some great artwork coming out of these layouts and cards. It makes me want lemonade or a fresh orange. Look at that, gorgeous. I can smell the orange blossoms in California right now. Look at that beautiful blue. Oh, and one of the dies in the Mediterranean Blooms set is designed to fit on this pattern paper. So you could cut out that cluster using the die. That's very cool. And this final piece, I'll put that on the front. This collection is called Take to the Sky, and it's got some fun cut apart one paper. It's got this map globe with the airplanes in flight on one side. The other side has the cut apart cards, so you can cut apart those pieces and the tags. So you can see all the different patterns included in this one. Love the neutrals. So you've got a busy pattern on one side, and then you've got your neutrals to help soften it. I love these. They're great outdoor colors. So you can, even if you're, say, scrapbooking and it has nothing to do with airplanes, this is still great outdoor paper designs and colors. It's perfect for the great outdoors in the summertime. So these are gorgeous papers. I even like just the airplane papers. This particular collection has a coordinating stamp set with coordinating dies. So we've seen that already. This is also going to be a project I'm going to do in the new club. And then they have these embellishments. They're called industrial trinkets. So one side looks more like a rivet, and then the other side, how can I best show you this? The other side has a pattern so that it can be used for anything, like in the center of a flower or whatever. So one is more rivet, and one has that like a sunburst pattern on it. So those are really cool. And I like the little container they come in too. Stampin' Up! Has lots of gorgeous specialty paper. This one, let's see. This one is called Thoughtful Designs. It is 12 by 12, and it's just got this ombre effect in the color, and then it's got that little bit of silvery shimmer on it. So these are gorgeous, gorgeous papers. These coordinate with that Thoughtful Journey cards and mini album, and I may use some of this in that when I complete that album. This one is called, okay, other side, Naturally Gilded. So it's nature scenes. So you've got like wildflowers with gold. You've got like trees, or maybe it is wildflowers with silver and white. And then you have a rose gold pattern as well. I was thinking this was like a birch tree, but I think they're all wildflowers. This one is cool, and it is called, of course on this side, Textured Metallic. So it comes with 3 different colors, kind of like a gold color, and the texture, I'm not sure how well you can see it, if at all, but it's just got not like a real embossed, it's a real low grade texture throughout, which is really kind of cool. So you've got 3 different colors here with that texture on them. I'm sorry, the light is probably annoying. So there's those, and then we have gold and silver foil. I am so happy to have these back in stock. Love it. And then we have this wood grain. It's just a textured wood grain paper, wood textured, and it's a very low raised grain, so it's not like an embossing folder, but you could use it just for a nice textured background, or you can blend ink on it. You can do a lot of things with that paper. So you've been seeing these little plastic pockets that I've been using. I got these on Amazon. You can see the brand and everything that I have here. And the paper packets come shrink wrapped in shrink wrap. And then you open them up and they're just loose. So I wanted something to have in it. So this holds a lot of paper. I've got 2 full, I've got 40 sheets of paper in here now, and you could fit even more in here. It does expand. So you can hold a lot of paper in here. So I have one for each of the different color families, the cardstock color families. And I'm also using it for my pattern paper and specialty paper as well. Speaking of cardstock, we have cardstock in 12 by 12 sheets. Here's just 3 colors. This is out of the Regal collection. And they also come in 8.5 by 11. And then they also have, each of the color families has a B&T paper to go with them. And that B&T paper, so you can see these 3 colors listed here, they have 4 sheets of each color. So this one is crushed curry, and they're double-sided, and so you can see the 4 different patterns. So there's these 4 patterns, and then this one is old olive, and it's the exact same patterns repeated again. And then this one is cherry cobbler. Oh, I want some cherry cobbler so bad. So here are the, when you purchase the B&T paper in the color families, you will get 4 sheets of each color with these same 4 patterns repeated. So I totally forgot about prizes. I also have a Full of Life DSP Designer Series paper with the 48 sheets of designer paper. So that's going to be one of the prizes tomorrow. I also have a set of embellishments, the 2024-2026 in color resin dots. So that's another prize. I also have an Unbounded Beauty Memories and More card pack for a lucky winner. And I have an Unbounded Beauty DSP, which is Designer Series paper in 12 by 12. So that rounds out the evening. Let me follow up again. Let me follow up again with how you can earn a ticket for one of the prizes. Leave a comment on this video and attend in person tomorrow if you can. Bring a friend if you can. Join my new club beginning in August. I have in-person morning and evening times, as well as a virtual option. Register for Stonewall if you haven't yet. I still have openings. Join my team to get that discount every single day. Or place an order. For every $25 you order, you will get a ticket. If you use this host code right here, QGATB7BX. Could it be any easier than that? And my website to order is, of course, creatingwithchristine.stampinup.net. Thank you so much for your patience tonight. I appreciate you so much. Be the first to know about my events, workshops, and classes by signing up for my blog updates on my website, creatingwithchristine.com.